Hey guys, my name is Lilly and I'm really sorry to say, but the bad news don't stop. So today I have a really concerning article for you guys, which is this one here. This here is an issue by the George magazine and it was written in February 1997 and you can download this article in the internet. I will try to find a link and post it below. So this was written in 1997 and back then they were wondering what the future will look like in 20 years. So here the title says Survival Guide to the Future. On this page, which is really interesting, you can see that they have predicted a pandemic for 2020. So here they are saying worst case scenario, an overpopulated planet choked to extinction by a lung attacking virus. Okay? I'm wondering how they could exactly predict this for 2020. Maybe it was luck, I don't know. It's true that frightening global epidemics could arise from a new retrovirus, a killer flu, or an Ebola-type pathogen running out of control. Because our technology and our behavior have sped up microbial evolution, reducing the threat of new plagues will demand thoughtful efforts. Slowing population growth, keeping our food and water clean, and setting up global systems to monitor infectious diseases and microbial drug resistance, for instance. So yeah, pretty accurate prediction by Arno Kallen, who was the author of this segment here. But that's not everything. So now let's look what else they have predicted for 2020. Alright, now here they have predicted the violence for 2020. Recent opinion polls show that Americans, perhaps thanks to the movie industry apocalyptic visions, conjure up a future filled with frightening images of violence, rampant drug abuse, a gun in every glove compartment, and a Robocop on every corner. New methods of fighting crime take hold and we move closer to a cashless society in which the ubiquity of electronic transactions will cripple the underground economy. Sure, if you believe that. Then they say down here, we are going to have two societies. One wired and cashless, another that's illegitimate and hasn't graduated from high school. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So now let's check what else they've written in this article. And that's also really interesting. In the meantime, jails are overflowing with non-violent drug offenders, while rapists wait for vacancies. If recent polls and new state laws are any indication, the time is ripe for drug policy reform. Meanwhile, grown-ups may be saying yes to performance-enhancing drugs. Prozac has become more culturally acceptable. As these drugs improve, we may see employers preferring to hire people who take these drugs. Wow, I can't believe it. Then also here they are writing, rogue warriors could wreak havoc in cyberspace where an attack on US computer systems could disable the military. Then also about food, they are writing that the vast majority of daily meals will be prepared by professionals to be taken home or delivered. So they don't want you to cook anymore. I wonder why. And then also here at the beginning of the issue is a very interesting sentence. As a general rule, beware of those who predict the future, except of course those who study it or own it. Well, I didn't know that you can own the future, so this is really new to me. Then also here the interview is saying that we could make direct democracy, so voting on every issue that politicians want to change. But then our friend Bill Gates is saying, I personally think representative democracy is better. Elected representatives can be a lot more thoughtful. In the future, we'll have to choose representative democracy, not because it's the only system available, but because we believe that it's the best approach available. So yeah, they don't want to have direct democracy because then a lot of things would change. Okay, what else? What else do we have in this very eye-opening article? Because I can't believe that there's so much truth in here. Yeah, then also they don't like communities. Physical communities were really primary when we were all just farming together and there were no telephones and no books. As you make the world a smaller place, ties to people in your proximity are paradoxically reduced. But those physical communities impose cultural standards in a stronger way than when you are free of those constraints and don't have that kind of attachments. By the way, they're also writing here, it's best for the government to sort of sit back and see how it develops. And where there are problems, fine, okay, the government can step in. So, yeah. Okay, next topic is the environment. And that's really important here. So for 2020, they predict the following. Because China, prospering population will eat more meat, more of the Earth's open spaces will be converted to grazing terrain. With fewer forests to absorb the carbon dioxide exhaled by humans, weather will get weirder as higher temps melt glaciers and more violent storms wallop the coasts. Already the new hot air is allowing tropical plants and insects to thrive in places they never did before. Never is actually not true, because there was a time when there was palm trees in the Arctic and crocodiles in the Arctic. So that's not completely true. Really interesting. I think back in the day, in 1997, they were more open about their plans and what they are doing. I think now they are more careful of how they are writing articles. Alright guys, so before I end the video, I want to show you what's going on in my greenhouse. So I'm planting a lot of different plants. This year I also focus on flowers because they are attracting insects. And I also grow medicinal flowers. And then also what I've done this year is I'm planting and sowing spruce tree and fir trees and balsam fir and everything, because I want to make my own sour spots in the wilderness. So after I've planted the spruce tree, it's going to make the soil sour, and then after that I can plant my blueberries outside in the wilderness. And this is how you can do some grey gardening, which is great. Then also, yeah, I'm growing pot marigold, salad and another flower, many different crops and flowers. These I have sown today. So yeah, I think I'm going to make a video on grey gardening. So basically on how you can grow crops that you can plant outside in the wilderness, and then you can create your own wild edible wilderness area. But yeah, this is my garden. I have a couple of raised beds and it's really nice. Yesterday I've planted some lettuces. It's still very cold, so I don't know if they are going to survive. But yeah, now I have prepared everything to grow tomatoes. So pretty soon, in 2 or 3 weeks, I'm going to sow tomatoes. The strawberries are doing really well inside of the greenhouse. And this year I'm going to dedicate all of this raised bed to potatoes. And this is the rest of the garden. So yesterday we have planted some onions here and covered it with straw. And these onions and also here garlic we planted in August last year. So these we are going to harvest first, and later in fall we can harvest the onions that we have planted here. But of course this is not enough. So for the entire year we probably would need like 5 raised beds of this size just for onions. So yeah, this is how it is, guys. I'm trying my best here, making the best of my suburban allotment. These are my blueberries. Really nice. They're doing good. Yeah, for blueberries you need some really sour soil. So I'm going to plant some spruce trees inside of this raised bed to keep the blueberries sour. That's really important. So yeah, there's a lot that you can do to grow your own food. You just have to do it. So this is how I'm preparing for a potential yeah, bad situation, disaster, whatever might come. Okay guys, so this is it for today. I really want to thank you for watching. I will occasionally give you an update of my garden if you're interested. And yeah, thank you guys for watching and stay tuned till next time.